What's something you didn't realize that you needed in a significant other until you met someone who filled that need? Intimacy. My ex, I had to ask for kisses and hugs. My wife loves to touch me. Touch is so powerful. The girl I'm with now had never had her head massaged until she met me. It feels so good. Also, beard scratches. This is a really good answer. I dated a girl my senior year of college that was the first girl I dated that was overly intimate and affectionate. I had girlfriends before her, but she always gave a kiss, hello, and goodbye, would randomly touch me and smile when walking past. Sounds weird written down, but in reality was really sweet. Don't underestimate the power of a shoulder squeeze from a loved one. And when we cuddled, she'd occasionally squeeze me extra tight for a few seconds. Never felt as loved as when I was with her. I still kick myself for fucking that one up. The silver lining, at least, is I've learned not to take quality girls for granted, and I'll be damn sure the next keeper I find will have no doubts about how I feel. I'm clingy and I talk a lot. I'll often just vent my entire brain at people because it helps me sort out problems. My husband is smother-proof. He doesn't care when I text him constantly. He doesn't care when I want to be near him the entire time he's home. He doesn't have a limit for when I need to shut up. He even seems to appreciate the attention, like how we go with each other to most doctor appointments. He gets disappointed when I can't come. He wants the level of intensity that I have to offer. He doesn't want me to hold back or tamp down any of it. That feeling is so awesome. Someone who won't let me say, everything's fine, when everything is not fine. I had gotten so used to trying to appease my ex-wife that I didn't even know I was doing it. My new wife won't put up with that. If she can sense something is bugging me, she insists that I tell her what it is so that we can resolve it. It helps that she has no qualms about doing the same to me, but never in a cruel way. We never have fights, because our problems never fester long enough to become fighting points. Someone to roughhouse with even as an adult. Adults don't roughhouse, but you can have tickle fights and chase each other around the house with feather dusters, have pillow fights with a good girlfriend. I didn't realize I needed that in a relationship until I had an ex-girlfriend who wasn't ticklish. I realized I like when she doesn't just put up with my weird interests, but actually plays along. It's much better when we can get into stuff together. Yeah, I realized the same with when she actually helped me push the chair out from elderly people before they are about to sit down. We get into so much shenanigans together. Someone with a witty, sick sense of humor and an insatiable sex drive. I didn't realize I needed a nerd until I found one. My husband is a serious gamer, has been playing D&D since he was a kid, reads all the time, and always has something interesting to talk about. He's always coming up with new character ideas for D&D, and is always a great person to talk to because he can talk about most topics. I didn't realize I needed the mental stimulation and that nerds are sexy. Let's just say he has a very high charisma and intelligence score. Someone who can speak elegantly and is eloquent. His words were like hugs. Were? He was delicious, if that's your asking. Wait, you. Actually, he cut off contact with me and broke my heart. Oh, aha. That's good. I mean, not good. Just better than eating him. If you know what I mean. Aha. My first girlfriend was an airhead, but beautiful. And I thought that was great until I realized that I need someone I can have a conversation with and joke around with. Know that feeling. The breakup was tough, but it really is better with compatible intellect. My beautiful airhead was the sweetest GF I ever had, but the relationship was unfulfilling. Constantly having to explain things without being condescending was exhausting, and I wasn't always successful at not being condescending. A dance partner. I've never liked dancing. It always made me really insecure about what other people might think if they saw me. The first 31 years of my life, I considered myself a horrible dancer. 4 years ago, I started dating the love of my life. I'm American, she's Colombian. Dancing is a big part of her culture. I quickly learned that she was going to dance whether or not I was dancing with her. It made me want to dance. For some reason, I didn't care what people were thinking about me anymore. I just wanted to be close to her. I still don't have any moves or rhythm, but I have a reason to dance and an amazing woman to do it with. Having a similar fucked up sense of humor. I dated a Jewish Asian girl and she would get pissy whenever I made any dark joke about races or religions, especially hers. Now I'm with a Latina and she'll join in with my jokes and make it 20 times better. Also, a big one was family. Most of my family hated my ex, but I never really thought about or cared. My family loved my fiancé, and now I realize how much more relaxing and stress drama-free it is when I don't have to defend myself or myself. Someone I could be myself around and not be afraid to say the wrong thing around. It's tiring having the facade of being the perfect girlfriend. My ex always had a habit of shushing me or tuning me out when I talked, so I ended up not talking much so I wouldn't interrupt him or make him irritated. Then I realized it was complete bullshit and that I'm a human being. Adventure partner. Guy is always down for hiking, camping, whatever. We just go places and do stuff. And validation is nice, too. My ex had short nails and I never thought anything of it. The girl I'm into now has long nails. I never thought it would make a difference, but getting teased by long nails feels amazing, even if it's something as simple as her clinging to me and aggressively scratching my back under, or over, my shirt. I will never look at long nails the same way. Empathy. Mind sharing the details? Like, what made you come to this conclusion? The one-word answer has me curious. The girl I'm dating now runs 2 farm animal sanctuaries. Seeing how much she cares for these animals selflessly is amazing. She always wants to know about the dogs at the shelter I volunteer at. The last girl I dated would litter, was constantly bitching about people behind their back, and never gave a shit about the suffering of others. I guess you can say she was selfish or could be a bitch, but I really think it stemmed from her inability to put herself in others' shoes. It wasn't her yard. Who cares if there's trash? Not her dogs. Why should she care if they're all alone? Etc. True intelligence, and not being afraid of showing it. The ability to form objective opinions on complex topics, and qualify those opinions is a huge turn-on to me. The fact that I can have deep, though provoking conversations with my wife is one of the best aspects of our marriage, even if we don't always agree on whatever it is we're talking about. Matching libidos. I don't have a huge roster of previous lovers, but this has become a deal-breaker. It's just not worth the agony you put each other through. I miss having someone fun, who appreciates me and wants to go out and be in the world. My husband isn't like that, and I miss it more and more. You should probably talk to him about it before it festers. I'm going to as soon as I have a good sticking point. He falls on the autism spectrum and certain things bother him, crowds, textures. So I have to approach it and let him know I 100% understand that sometimes something will be too much, and I'm okay with that. Sounds like this is something that's a really big need for you that isn't getting filled. Hopefully you can find a sensitive way to get him to understand that. If not, then maybe some couples counseling is in order. I hope you can find a compromise here. I am mostly. Like Saturday we went to see a local band. They are great, and after 2 hours he couldn't stay because the crowd. We left, and I'm fine with that because he did something for as long as he could. Our light though is he works long days, comes home, drinks a few beers, looks at the naked ladies of Reddit, then sleep. Saturday was rare. The appreciated part one weighed on him hand and foot. I make his plate, do all the cooking, unless he wants to grill, cleaning and laundry. Today I hurt my ankle, it's swollen like a boss, and he's on the couch. Oh, my wife should get me a beer. You sound more like his mom than his so. Sometimes I feel like it. Everything I'm not. I was in a relationship with a guy who was just like me for 5 years. We were awful together. We were both hot temper, short fuse, only child from single mother, psychos. We fought, yelled, did what we could to take a jab at each other, and both had trust issues. On paper, we seemed perfect for each other. In person, it's a wonder we both survived. My husband is polar opposite Omi. He comes from a large, loving family. He has the temper of a monk, and I know I can trust him. Our few fights consist of me flying off the handle and him calmly asking me if I'm done yelling yet. On paper, we seem like we would never work. But we work out so well, we know we're meant for each other. Someone who lets themselves really feel their emotions. I didn't realize how apathetic I'd become about everything in my life. I didn't let myself feel things like they're supposed to be felt. Now I'm this awful mess of amazing emotions, and I've never felt more alive. It might seem small, but I needed someone whose happiness is contagious. I can be pessimistic and jaded at times, and she has a way of pulling me out of it. I'm pretty lucky with who I'm with right now. What did you not know you needed in a partner? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.